what exactly should United do with Rashford, number one, and the PSG losing Kylian Mbappe?
So the truth is, like I said earlier, you cannot rule out the fact that Rashford is a very fantastic player. He's a very talented player.
Is he a world-class player?
He is.
How?
No, because first and foremost, he
You
comes
have to
good.
convince me.
He comes good.
No.
I'm trying to do
I'm
that.
a United fan.
Yeah, I'm trying to do
and
that.
I love Rashford to the core.
He comes good.
Wait. But first and foremost,
All right.
it's all about United for me.
Mm-hmm.
You say Rashford is a world-class player, and
Yeah.
I tell you for free, he has only had 2 elite seasons, scoring close to 30 goals twice in over 7 years as a Manchester United player. Would you call such a world-class player? Hi guys, you're welcome to another interesting edition of the Best Sports Show on planet Earth. Be trending on best of the best sports show in the world. My name is Farouk Adetola, and today we'll be talking about 2 exciting topics about one of the most talented footballers around the world. One in Manchester and the king of Napoli as we speak. But to do justice to the topic today is my man for the big occasion, talking about Roy. How you doing?
I'm fine, my brother. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, let's get into action. There's no time to check time. Let's start from Manchester, a son of the soil, a Mancunian, a boy that spent all of his career at Manchester United. Well, if you call him Mr. Manchester, you are not making any mistake, but quite a lot of divisive opinion as far as Rashford is concerned going forward. He has scored just 7 goals and 6 assists this season, including the one he scored over the weekend against Liverpool. But a lot of people are saying it's about time United let go of Marcus Rashford because PSG are looking to cash in on him after confirming that they will not be getting the services of Kylian Mbappe for next season. Do you think at this point in time, a boy that has spent all of his career, knows Manchester, he plays for the badge, plays for the, according to all these British players, should remain at Manchester, or should Manchester just sell it for £90 million or above and start the future without it?
Well, it all depends on how you want to look at it from. You understand? He's a Manchester boy, true and true, coming from the academy and all of that. And he represents, like he's the face of Manchester.
Absolutely.
Do you understand? So he's the biggest player, if you like.
And hence the most as well.
Exactly. He's the biggest player in Manchester United. But however, let's bring it to performance level. You understand? For the past 2 years, if I'm not mistaken, his performance has actually nosedived. He has been performing poorly, and his goal returns has been very poor as well. His attitude has actually also been a thing of concern and all of that. So I think for me, it boils down to, he's a talented guy, no doubt. You can't take that away from him. He's a very fantastic footballer. He has shown that over and over time, and I feel his challenge has actually been proper management. He has not been managed like the likes of what's this guy's name in Man City? Foden. Yeah. You understand? You can see that there is a difference between Marcus Rashford and Phil Foden. Now, one is actually under the tutelage of a well-refined coach. The other one is, let me say, Ten Hag is actually looking at Rashford as he's not his ego. He doesn't know how to manage his ego and all of that. So maybe that is one of the reasons why he has not been
Let's
able
look at
to.
it from this angle now. You mentioned the coach of City, talking about Phil Foden. Pep Guardiola has been there for like 7 years. But at United for the last 7 years, Rashford has at least had more than 4 or 3 coaches. And that can also play a part. But where I'm going to exactly with the matter of Rashford is that a lot of people feel that he still has something to offer.
Yeah, true.
But in all of his time at United, he has only had 2 elite seasons, scoring 17 goals last season and also 17 goals during the COVID year. And this is a player that you want to build your team around. This is a player that cannot play centrally as a forward, can only play on either side of the wing, and also thrive more playing counter-attacking football. Would you say at this point in time, when United are trying to also match up with Liverpool, with Man City, who have dominated England for the last 6-7 years, would you comfortably say Rashford can come good still under this coach, or perhaps United should just look away from him and say enough is enough? If you look at in the past, players like Ryan Giggs, Paul Scholes, Gary Neville, they were through and through United from academy. Yeah. They played and lived United and also represented that club to the level. But players at this age now don't live for the club. They might say they like the club, But the attitude on the field of play, walking, strolling, not putting it all there, also falling apart at times. You see them playing today, and the next moment you see Rashford at the biggest club outside of England because he wants to celebrate his birthday party. What exactly should United do with Rashford, number one, and PSG losing Kylian Mbappe?
So the truth is, like I said earlier, you cannot rule out the fact that Rashford is a very fantastic player. He's a very talented player.
Is he a world-class player?
He is.
How?
No, because first and foremost, he comes good. He comes good. No. I'm trying to do that.
I'm a United fan.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that.
And I love Rashford to the core.
He comes good.
Wait. But first and foremost,
all right,
it's all about United for me.
Mm-hmm.
You say Rashford is a world-class player, and I tell you for free, he has only had 2 elite seasons, scoring close to 30 goals twice in over 7 years as a Manchester United player. Would you call such a world-class player?
The worst season he has had, he scored, which is this season, he has scored how many goals?
He has scored just 8 goals.
Exactly.
Goals scored. Good.
Such return of goals are something we celebrate in other leagues. So, however, as much as we agree that he's having a poor season, do you understand? It still doesn't rule out the fact that he's a big game player. He's a big player. You understand? When you look at his start as regards the big matches, the big time, on his day, Rashford is unplayable on his day. He has shown time and again, like I said, that he's a very fantastic player. I think what he needs to do, or what Rashford needs in Man U, is actually concentration. He lacks that concentration. He lacks that attitude. He lacks that zeal. Like you rightly stated, the likes of Paul Scholes, Ryan Giggs. This is a psychological thing. You understand? He needs to be prepped about what it means to wear a Man United badge, what it means to play for the club. You understand what I'm saying? And cut out his excesses. There are so many ways to checkmate it. Well, now, if Man U wants to cash in on him, you understand? It's fantastic. I can tell you, if he goes to PSG, he will be a big player. Mm-hmm. And I'll give you reasons. Number one, French league is not as fast as English league.
Yep.
You understand? It's not as competitive as English league.
Yep.
And as much as we all agree that Kylian Mbappe is a big name player, he has a big boots, but Rashford is close. You understand? I don't see any player. Okay, PSG is going for Rafael Leo from AC Milan.
Yep.
But when you look at the start between Rafael Leo and Rashford is a better player. However you look at it.
Well, that's a very big question with a very big question mark. If you ask me, Rafael Leo as well as Marcus Rashford. Rashford has spent his career at United, but can he lead United to the third title, Champions League, Premier League? I still have a big question mark as far as that is concerned. Unless he changes his attitude towards playing on the field, that might not be able to achieve that feat as far as being a United player. And a lot of people are saying it's about time United part ways with Marcus Rashford. Now, let's leave the issue of Marcus Rashford and go elsewhere, talking about the man that I love to call the king of Napoli. They call him the land of Osimhen. Talking about Italy, he has spent about 4 or 5 years in Naples, led them to the title after 33 years last season, highest goal scorer in all competition. This season has played little or no games. He's still the highest goal scorer because of how lethal he is. He has told Chelsea, according to right sources, that will not be going to Stamford Bridge. Perhaps Chelsea are not playing in the Champions League. Arsenal are very much in the Champions League, fighting for title in England. Paris Saint-Germain are also top of the table in France. He has already conquered in France before moving away. Now, Osimhen in between of these two great clubs, yet to win the Champions League, it must be said too. But they are always going to be there for the next 4 or 5 years because of what they are doing right about now. If you want to advise Osimhen as a Nigerian, as a brother, but most importantly as an analyst, where exactly? I'm not going to form that narrative for you. So after this, then I'll know where I'm going to. Arsenal or PSG?
To be honest, I would want him to go to Arsenal, and I'll tell you reasons. Arsenal plays the kind of football that actually fits Osimhen type kind of play. Mm-hmm. All right, he will score loads of goals. Mm-hmm. The likes of Bukayo Saka, Martinelli will feed him to stupor. Like, he will score loads and loads of goals. You understand what I'm saying? So, if he wants to have a thriving career, as much as I'm a Chelsea fan, to be honest, if he comes to Chelsea, his career will nosedive. No.
How can you just say that?
No, I will tell you because.
It's because Chelsea are having a very terrible season.
Yeah, not just this season. No, definitely, we are building, we are rebuilding. All right, so right now, it's a psychological thing. Chelsea is not fired up psychologically, you understand, to compete in games. Just look at what we played our last FA Cup, you understand. It took the grace of God, permit me to use that word, you understand, to actually
get the better of Leicester.
Exactly, get the better of Leicester, you understand. So if he comes in there, we don't play the kind of wing play Arsenal actually plays. We don't, you see the crosses of Bukayo Saka, you see the running of Martinelli, sincerely, Odegaard, you understand? So they have, Arsenal currently have a complete team, a perfect system that Osimhen will fit in. If he slots into that team, I tell you, he will compete with the likes of Haaland as highest goal scorer in England.
All right, you already painted the narrative that you want him to go to Arsenal. And now, there's a clause as far as Arsenal is concerned.
Yeah.
Would Arsenal be able to meet up with his wage demand? We know quite well that PSG will always pay more and willing to pay more because they are filling the void of their ace in Kylian Mbappe. And automatically, anybody that fills that void should also be earning the most in that. And as a Nigerian, I'm not saying that money is the most important thing, but whether we like it or not, money is very important for Victor Osimhen. He will win trophies every year in PSG. It's not certain if he will do that with Arsenal because of the level of competition in England. If you now reverse the case, would you not also say now that for money's sake, trophy-wise, because if you're living for Arsenal or PSG, it has to be money and also trophy. He will win more, if you agree with me, in PSG than Arsenal. Why not PSG?
Okay, so I like your analysis. So the thing is, it depends on what fuels his ambition. It depends on what fuels his what's it called? His path to success. All right. Now let's look at the person he's about to fill his void in Paris Saint-Germain. Kylian Mbappe came all the way from Monaco and joined PSG, right? He became the highest paid player in PSG because he played well. All right. He's moving from PSG. In fact, he was made a ridiculous offer in PSG. What did he do? He turned it down because he wants to play for Madrid. He wants to win Ballon d'Or, obviously, and he wants to win Champions League. Those are dreams of every football player. Now, it depends on Osimhen what he wants to achieve in his life. I can bet you, like I said earlier, English Premiership is more visible than any other league in the world.
Yes.
If he plays for a team like Arsenal, his stock will rise more than playing in PSG. Most definitely, he will earn more money in PSG.
But and win more trophies.
And win more trophies in PSG. However, who says he cannot win trophies in Arsenal? If he's in Arsenal, who says? Arsenal are gradually getting there, whether you like it or not. They are in the mix of competitors currently for trophies in England. Do you understand? And they have rebuilt over the years. Now they are there, whether you like it or not, whether you want to accept it or not, they are there. In the next 4 or 5 years, Arsenal will be competing for all the trophies back to back. Because why? They have young players who are still, getting to their peak or about to get to their peak. So as Osimhen will actually fit into that mode when it comes to Arsenal. He could actually be the piece that completes the puzzle for Arsenal, that will fire them to the trophies they've been yearning for years. He may not earn as much as he will earn in PSG. And who told you that if he plays well in Arsenal, the likes of the Real Madrid or even PSG will not pay more money after a year or two? You understand? So it's a question of how well do you stoop to conquer? You understand? So if he comes to Arsenal where he will get more visibility, where his stock will rise, where people will get to see him, English press has the best yield and whatever. So they will blow him out of proportion. So it's left for him to actually work hard. You understand? And like I said, Arsenal plays the kind of football that will suit his kind of person.
All right, thank you very much.
He will score lots of goals.
Thank you very much, Big Roy. Well, just to form narrative, if you're saying that English press will make him bigger, they will see him more, remember, there is no other league in the world that you feel more pressure, especially when you come with a very huge high price tag, which I feel Kylian Mbappe, Victor Osimhen will be coming in to at Arsenal or even in PSG. On that note, it is always short, simple, and also very, very straight to the point. I call it SSS on this program. Our time flies, and we are at the end of the show. Big thanks to my brother Roy for making it interesting this lovely day as far as beat training is concerned. We have spoken about Victor Osimhen as well as the boy from Mancunia, talking about Marcus Rashford. Until we come with another loaded, scintillating, excited edition of beat training, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye now.